Halo everybody, welcome back to video Rama Gaming Channel. Kali ini kita bakalan lanjutin lagi perjalanan si Henry. Nih, siapa yang belum tahu nih Henry nih? Henry adalah anaknya si ini nih, si bapak nih, anak bapaknya ini nih, yang dia lagi bikin pedang. Nah, ini si Henry ini adalah anak pandai besi. Nah, kemarin kita sudah ngeprank perwakilan dari Jerman ya, yang mencoba untuk menjatuhkan rajanya si Wenceslas itu ya. Tapi warga di sini, warga di Bohemia, ini tempatnya di Bohemia, tidak suka dengan perlakuan itu. Jadi akhirnya ya, kita ngeprank. Nah, sekarang kita bakalan lanjutin lagi, dan kita nggak tahu misinya nanti bakalan seperti apa. Jadi, langsung saja, let's go. Kita disuruh ngobrol sama si Teresia.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Oke.
Thanks.
Dia minta paku katanya.
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just
Dia
wondering,
nanya si Bianca,
will
kapan
you
lu
be going to the
nanya?
dance this evening?
We will.
Oke.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Pedangnya sangat indah katanya. Wow, ngeliatin pantat.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire.
Oh, sekarang dicoba testing katanya pedangnya. Udah jadi nih pedangnya kita. Sekarang kita coba. Tajam banget guys. Lagi tajam banget. Ini grafiknya udah gua naikin jadi
You did a fine job.
HD ya. Teksturnya ultra high juga.
Those days are gone, sir.
Oh, ini si
You haven't lost your
siapa?
skill, friend.
Yang punya pedangnya. Siapa namanya kemarin ya? Wih, di standnya tuh lihat. Tajam, Pak. Udah tajam itu.
Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a
Let him
commoner?
try it.
Oke, jangan-jangan nanti pedangnya buat kita lagi. Gak bisa dia megang pedang.
You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine
Oke,
work.
tinggal
Very
dipolis.
fine.
Setelah
A
itu
sword
bisa
such as
diantarkan.
this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sir.
It's been an honor, says Svan.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history. That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them.
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Meet, temu, katanya bukan apa? Bukan berantem. Kenapa tuh? Pasukannya tergesa-gesa. Messenger. Ada apa? Ada apa? Dia wow. Ada serangan ternyata, guys. Kayaknya ini serangan dari si King Sigismund itu ya, yang gila banyak banget. Yang pengen menghancurkan adik iparnya mereka. Apa? Saudara tirinya. Sekali. Wah, kita diserang nih. Kita diserang. Padahal gue belum sempat belajar pedang loh.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God!
Oke, kita akan bertemu dengan si Razik. Dia bakalan melindungi kita katanya.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah.
Get through the gates!
Oke, perjalanan misi baru dimulai. Kisah story-nya dimulai dari sini nih. Ini memang diceritakan berawal dari sini. Jadi nanti jangan spoiler lah. Kita lihat aja ya kelanjutannya seperti apa. Biar seru dong.
Hurry, Henry! There's nothing you can do! Come on, Hal! You can still make it!
Run!
Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Wah, panjang banget. Oke, kita punya si Francisco Bila Sword, and then kita mau ke suruh lari katanya. Oke, kita disuruh lari aja. Lari, lari. Ride to Tamburg, get a horse. Oke, kita nyari kuda di sini. Let's go, kita nyari kuda dulu. Mana kudanya? Kudanya di bawah. Oke, kita cari kuda. Oh, itu tuh ada kuda. Oke, ada kuda, kita ambil kudanya.
Most már elég lenne itt a diszkon. A picsába miért? Írjátok ki a fattyút!
Wah, wah. Ya elah. Kita coba berantem dulu ya, jangan kabur ya. Meskipun kita belum belajar untuk menyerang, gue lupa lagi ininya. Ntar gue coba naik kudanya gimana caranya. You can call your horse anytime by whistling and the movement. Caps lock untuk berjalan, terus shift combine faster pace, oke. Kemudian shift 2 kali fastest gait, kemudian shift smarter, oke. Jadi kalau shift doang kita nanti ngikutin jalan. Oke, kita coba tendang dia ya. Wah, jatuh kita. Wah, ampun.
Fogd rendesen a diszkot!
Oke. Coba whistling. Oke, ini kuda kita ternyata.
Kicsit várnod kell, kalambocskám.
Galup. Wah, banyak. Ya. Jamret kena mulu.
Geci!
Ayo lari.
Ja!
Bleeding lagi. Nggak ada ini apa? Nggak ada bandage. Nggak bisa dipakai. Oke, semoga kuat, semoga bertahan. Nice, game save. Tinggal kabur doang ternyata. Wah, dikejar kita. Bahasa apa tuh? Kita dikejar. Bleeding lagi dong. Gak bisa pakai bandage. Oke, tambaknya jauh lagi. Gak bisa pakai bandage. Oke, kita kabur aja terus. Come on.
Left. Talmor gets to the left along the stream.
Oke. Come on, bisa. Yuk kita lurus naik sini.
Warn the others. They tore its scallops.
Oke, kita lewat sini, kita potong jalan. Kita potong jalan biar cepet. Let's go. Bisa. Ayo, bisa. Come on. Ayo, Henry, come on, Henry. Ayo, dikit lagi. Come on.
Run for it!
Lari. Run for it. Come on, lari.
Run for it!
Ayo para warga, lari para warga.
Flee! To Talmberg!
Oke, kita isi dulu darahnya.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. Bisa. Aduh, darahnya tipis banget. Come on. Gak nyampe nih. Nyampe. Nice. Come on, Henry.
Oh my God! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Do something! Help!
Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Bahasa Hungaria.
They're turning tail! Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Oke, akhirnya kita aman. Kita aman nih dari kejaran para penyerang. Tapi kita bleeding, berdarah nih. Ya, meninggalkan.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages.
Kasih minum sama wine sama bandage. Cabut dulu itu panahnya.
Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robart. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Talmberg, namanya Talmberg. Oke. Mari kita ke Sir Robert.
You've
Sir
done well,
Robert.
lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Oke, kita disuruh makan dulu.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great
You
loss.
fled from Skalitz. How did you manage that?
Mana makanannya? Loh, gak dikasih. Suruh ngambil sendiri nih.
Sorry about what happened to you.
Milady.
Oh, bukan di tempat tadi, di sini deh.
You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
Oh,
So
ini
this is our brave young man.
Tuan Putri.
Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you.
Bojana,
You're tired
Bojana.
and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear.
As a
Aren't
bear.
you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Oke.
Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Bajunya bagus banget itu, baju besinya. Armornya.
Oh God. Eat.
Food. Oke, ada ini daging apa? Daging bebek nih. Kita ambil aja. Terus kita makan lentil mash. Ada bed juga. Kita ambil semua. Ada roti, ada cheese. Nah, Kita ambil semuanya lah. Lumayan nanti buat makan ini. Terus ada apel juga. Ntar kita makannya langsung dari itu aja. Jadi kita membawa pedangnya si Radzik. Oke. Eat from pot. Oke. Kita sudah makan. Di sini ada makanan lagi? Gak ada. Sini, nah ini nih ada. Ada bread. Oh, steal. No, we don't have to steal. Oke, kita langsung ke kita tidur. Oh, bukan lewat sini. No. Oke, ini dia tempat tidur kita. Sit. Sleep. Kita tidur dulu sampai jam berapa ya? Comfortnya nambah, nourishment, energinya sampai 100%. Oke, 12 jam ya. 12 jam, let's go. Cuma sejam.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood?
Kok nggak tidur dia? Memikirkan orang tuanya kayaknya nih. Aduh, bokap gue mati gitu.
Yes?
It is I.
My lady.
Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But
Apa yang
what
membuat
brings you here
lu
at
datang ke
this hour?
sini malam-malam?
I thought you
Saya memikirkan
do with a
kamu.
little wine.
Saya pikir
just
kamu
what you
bakalan
need
minum
to help you
wine.
sleep.
My lady,
Terima kasih Tuan Putri.
you really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you.
Wow,
But I want
merayu
you to
nih.
feel at home here. You're not to worry
Tuan Putrinya
about
merayu.
anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Apa nih? Tell the story of the raid.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Oke, kita punya karisma.
A fellow by the name of Kunesh owed money to father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunesh still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good. letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
Oh, sukses.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Lady Stephanie. Sir Radzig came to look at the
The
sword.
sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. Sigismund's cavalry was composed of cumans. They're diabolical barbarians from the east, with no regard for the rules of warfare, bloodthirsty
Berhasil nggak ya?
cutthroats. The very fact Sigismund has them with him shows what a tyrant he is.
Well,
Fail.
I don't know.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
No.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him, cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother, and he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
The siege.
I no longer heard any sounds of battle coming from the castle, so Sigismund's army must have regrouped and started preparing for siege.
No doubt you're right.
Reputation
I heard
gained.
scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy.
You poor
I
boy.
understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his
Setan
bidding.
katanya.
Those
Cara
who
kerja
are
setan kayak gitu.
corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith.
Jangan sampai
Whatever life
kehilangan
brings.
keimanan. Bagaimanapun hidup membawamu.
Not been merciful to me and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I
Oh,
even got a look
istrinya
at
Lord
Talmberg,
Divish ini.
the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve
Sure,
it by
have a
force.
medic of
He
Valdek.
stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz,
Susah
and
banget
killed
nama
many
namanya.
of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
7 tahun.
That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Harville punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all.
Oke, dia
But at least we were in the city.
kesepian tuan putrinya.
There was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful.
Wow, sama-sama
Your best
naksir.
years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Oh, mimpi nih dia. Mimpi dia.
Move in, people! Come on! Come on! Running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Enggak gitu ngomongnya. Jangan jadi pengecut katanya. Mana ada bapaknya
Wake
ngomong
up.
gitu.
You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Wah, di luar masih hujan ya. Gateway stairs. You learn woman in the middle age. Take the torch from the table. Okay. Holding one. Oke, kita udah nyalain. Terus kita ke sini. Mana ada obor kehujanan gak mati. Gateway stairs.
Not that I'm spoiling for a fight, but if I...
Kita nyari Sir Robert.
Sigismund and his army prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my
Ada apa
command.
sih Robert? What's going on?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Divish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Good luck to you.
Siapa nih?
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Rubber?
Sir
Oh,
Anzic.
si Razik.
What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
Messenger.
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Tamber?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai.
Oke, dia bakalan menuju ke Ratai.
There we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If
Udah pada
Sigismund
kedinginan
should
udah.
come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
Oke, lebih baik menyerah katanya. Nggak mungkin
Is that
menyerah.
boy still with you?
Kita diajakin nggak ya?
I'm here,
Ratai?
sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living? Sir, quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
Sure,
I
Hanush.
will. And good luck to you and your people too.
Ratai, menuju ke Ratai nih
Dark
mereka.
times. Move out!
Anywhere, people, move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
Mereka kabur ketika para penyerangnya itu sedang beristirahat dari badai katanya. Jadi memastikan besok si Sigismund pasukannya itu tidak menemukan di istana, jadi mereka tidak berhenti di Talmberg. Jadi mereka menuju ke Ratai yang defense-nya lebih kuat.
Playing dice or slacking off. I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people, now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled.
Oke, kita makan dulu. Kita butuh makan. Hunger masih ada. Oke, ada apel juga. Healing, ada cheese juga. Energinya -3. Terus kalau bread no. Kita dapat lentish. Ini gede banget nih. Freshness 88%. Oh, ini freshness-nya harganya 69. Cari yang udah mau ya aja bread. Oke. can be
What
of
is it
help.
you need?
I
Apa yang
could use an
dibutuhin?
extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is
Wah,
that a
disuruh
request or an
jaga-jaga.
order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Suara Henry-nya berat banget ya.
Don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Good luck to you.
Put the weapon away.
Oke, kita disuruh berjaga-jaga di sini.
Jesus Christ be praised.
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to get away?
Fortune smiled on him, that's for certain. Sigismund must be seething with rage.
Just a shame Fortune didn't smile on all of them.
Oh, shit. Sorry. And you know Sir Radzig Kobyla?
I wouldn't say I know him. I've seen him a few times. Why do you ask?
He must be a fine lord. Takes such good care of every one of his serfs.
Surely all the lords do that.
Oh, berarti yang punya istana si
I can tell you
Radzig.
some stories.
Si Radzig Kobyla.
Jesus, no. I didn't mean...
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Oke, kita disuruh istirahat aja. Skip time. Skip time sampai jam. Oke, sejam coba. Masih belum ada. Sampai pagi ya. Wait until morning. Okay, go to the battlement of the outer belly. Kita ke sini. Ada apa di sini? You are in private area. Wow, nggak boleh ke sini. Terus? Oh, ada di luar. Kita perlu keluar kan? Apakah lewat sini nyambung? Kita cek dulu ya.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
Oh, lewat sini. Yuk, udah pagi lagi. Udah siap-siap yang dari nyerang nih. Banyak banget cuy.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings,
Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to
King of
strike
Hungary
against
and
those
Croatia.
who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king. And here in Talmberg, divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Orang Jerman dia. Orang Jerman dia. Fix nyari si Radzik tapi nggak ada di sini. Bener kata si Radzik sebelumnya, dia bakalan datang ke sini. Tapi apa yang mereka lakuin? Apakah bakalan nyerang atau bakalan mundur? Puter balik. Disuruh puter balik.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Senjatanya dia gendir lagi. Kenapa tuh? Ada ini nih kayaknya. Bury your loved one in Skalitz. Talk to Sir Robert. Get horse. Oke, kita bakalan ngebakar ininya dulu. Kita ngobrol sama si Robert dulu. Ngebakar orang tuanya ya. I have
Sir
to
Robert,
Skalitz.
I need to get to Skalitz. What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
I have to bury my parent.
Sir Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad. But I won't take
Oh.
orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Gagal cuy.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
Oke, banyak silvernya katanya.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed. But it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Okay, it has strategy position, strong fortification. To be dissolved from their granaries, he was afraid to become insurgent lord.
So he could loot it?
Correct. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Okay.
Where did these humans come from anyway?
I don't know much about
humans.
Them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there.
Humans? Apa
They're
humans?
godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Oke. Apa kita nggak bisa ke sana?
Hey, you're not allowed to walk around.
Kita disuruh menunggu sampai rajanya berubah pikiran katanya. Oke, ada trader di sini. Mari kita bertrader.
Can we do something about?
Why not?
3,5.
Are we agreed?
That's how.
2.
See now, I.
God be with you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a...
My mother and...
I'm sorry.
What am I supposed...
How should I... If I tell...
All right.
May the Lord watch over you.
Oke, kita disuruh ngambil armor di sini nih di atas. Kita mencuri. Oke, nggak ada orang sekarang. Mari kita colong. Very easy ya. Oke, kita help dulu. Gimana caranya? Lock picking. In order to, you must have at least one lock picking. Oke. How close you are to sweet spot indicated by the size of the cursors, and it turns gold when you find it. Then you have to use the lockpick hold mechanism at the same time, and you coordinate the movement of lockpick with rotation movement. Wheel stick will damage the lockpick. Oke, kita coba ya. Akan berubah menjadi sini ya. Nice. Kayak gitu caranya ternyata guys. Kita steal all. Oke, get udah. Kita aman, gak ada yang kelihatan. Terus kita pakai. Mana lagi? Dah, semua. Tapi butuh kuda nih.
I need to get out of here.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ah, I see. All right then. But if you breathe a word about me to anyone, may the Lord watch over you.
Tapi kita butuh kuda. Kita butuh kuda. Oke, kita udah berhasil bisa keluar. Cuman kita butuh kuda ya. Apakah kita harus mencuri? Oh, nggak perlu. Nggak perlu nyuri guys. Nice. Nice. Nggak perlu nyuri ketika kita pakai baju kayak gini. Langsung kita keluar. Let's go. Kok nggak mau?
What the?
Kok nggak mau buka?
Open up. I hope it's not another false alarm like before. Go on. How many more times do I have to open for you?
Okay, let's go. Yes, nice. Oke, kita langsung menuju ke Skalit. Skalit di sini. Bisa fast travel? Gak bisa. Oke guys, itu aja untuk episode kali ini. Kita udah berhasil keluar dari istana Talmberg, dan sekarang bakalan menguburkan orang tuanya, dan mungkin nanti bakalan mengikuti perjalanannya si Razik ya ke desa Ratai. Ke mana? Ke Ratai pokoknya dia. Perjalanan menuju Ratai ya. Sampai ketemu di konten Kingdom Come selanjutnya. Kalau kalian suka dengan konten ini, jangan lupa like, share, dan paling penting subscribe dan nyalakan lonceng notifikasinya. Oke, jangan lupa nyalakan lonceng notifikasinya. Sampai ketemu di konten selanjutnya. Bye bye.